just had lunch. And I had a mee goreng cup noodles because I was feeling cheap and nasty. And my throat and my mouth are on fire. I'm a basic bitch white girl who can't eat spice, and I just ate spice, and now I'm suffering for it. It hurts. It's so hot. Ha. Okay, so I'm going to try and overcome this pain. And we're going to go with, yes, Neverlette's story quest. Yeah, no one cares about hangouts, dude. We're over here where it matters. So we're going to accept the quest for the remains of the past day. Oh, the pain. Oh my god. Deluvies. I don't even understand any of this because at first I thought it was trying to be Latin, but this is just made up language. Trying to take like Latin roots. It makes no sense. A familiar threat. Paimon is curious about Neverlette. So that means we should go visit him?
Since we last saw Neverlette.
Just because you're curious? Oh, fine. Whatever, Paimon. Hopefully you can all talk and I can nurse my sore.
Paimon has so many questions about his true identity. Let's go talk to him and find out.
Well, there's not much of a let's when you are the only one who does the talking, Paimon. Feels kind of one-sided, you know? Anywho, Monsieur Neverlette. How you doing? Working hard or hardly working? Hello, Melusine.
Wait, did I hear that right? Monsieur Neverlette, are you sure you'd like to take over the case yourself?
That's right.
No, but why? Technically speaking, cases like this are better left to the guards.
Maybe he's bored. Did you think about that, Sadine?
Neverlette! Sadine! Hey there! What are you two talking about?
Do I know Sadine?
Ugh, Traveler and Paimon, please help me talk
She has
our
wings.
Chief Justice out of this.
Do
He
Melusines
wants to
normally have
investigate
wings?
the case on his own.
Do Melusines normally have wings? I don't remember seeing wings on them, especially considering they're usually aquatic and wings are usually for flying, not swimming. Huh, interesting. And what is so wrong about a Chief Justice investigating something himself? One might think that would be within his ballpark.
No, this is completely unprecedented. How can we have the Udex acting like a private detective?
I kind of just feel like it's an extension of his actual job. Starting a new job, I can introduce some amazing detectives. Yeah, I disagree that it's a new job. I feel like that is definitely in the purview as a justice in this particular world. Yeah, in the real world it doesn't work that way, but for him, that seems fine to me.
Thank you for your concern, but I currently have no such plans.
Obviously.
Oh, apologies. I took your question in earnest, but it now occurs to me that it was most likely in jest.
At least you saw it for what it was, sir.
So, what is it exactly? It sure sounds serious if it's something you've got to investigate personally.
A Melusine named Kiara received a threat letter.
Who the hell threatened a Melusine? What monster would do such a thing?
And then?
That is all the information I have acquired at this stage.
What? A Melusine received a threatening letter. And that's it? They're gonna go investigate? I thought there was more context to this, but okay, I guess he's pretty protective of the Melusines.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm with Paimon here.
I have no idea why you're so hung up over this.
Why are you talking to me? Talk to him. Uncomfortable much?
I've checked the schedule in advance, and it seems like there aren't any trials today.
Really?
So, if you insist, I have no objections.
Guess they don't have a backlog of cases like the rest of the world.
Thank you for understanding.
Then I shall return to my post for now. Should anyone visit while you are away, I will be sure to make a record of it. I sincerely hope that you will return soon.
And I sincerely hope that you will follow the subtitles next time. Do they skip everywhere?
Judging from Sadine's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff personally. What's so special about this case?
I cannot tell you just yet, but it reminded me of certain past events.
Because there's a threatening letter involved, or because the Melusines are involved?
There could be complicated conflicts of interest behind all this, so I must eliminate all risks in advance.
I mean, we don't really have much to go on here, sir. You're extrapolating a lot for such a simple situation at present. Can you explain in detail?
Come on, stop being so secretive. We still have no idea what's going on.
It is not my intention to keep you in the dark, but I need some time to revisit those memories and collect my thoughts.
I thought you wanted to go investigate. That kind of conflicts with revisiting memories.
Long story short, a little more than 400 years ago, I became the Iudex of Fontaine and initiated a series of institutional reforms.
Uh-huh.
There were few people I could trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and capable. Carol, a Melusine, and Vautrin, leader of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
They must have been amazing people to receive such high praise from you.
Indeed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to protect them.
From...
The reforms damaged the interests of some, and the more conservative faction took advantage of Carol's identity to instigate political unrest. Ultimately, they wanted me to yield more of my power.
Ugh. So just dicks, essentially.
The incident resulted in Carol taking her own
Jesus.
life, and Vautrin being exiled.
What?
From then on, I've been especially careful when dealing with cases related to Melusines.
That seemed like it escalated super quickly. What does Carol committing suicide have to do with Vautrin being exiled? What did Vautrin do incorrectly? Or wrongly, I guess. That they were exiled. They seem to have had no input until now, and all of a sudden they've been cast out. You're concerned that you're the perpetrator's real target. Seems like you're using Melusines against you. Or, you know, maybe Kiara really did something horrible that deserved a threatening letter. You don't know.
All Melusines used to live a secluded life away from human society. I granted their wishes when some of them, including Carol, asked me to bring them to the court of Fontaine.
I love how French the name Carol seems. Where does that name even come from? Yep, Carol's an English name. It's not even like it has some, you know, other heritage and it was just used predominantly by English people. No, it's just an English name. Could we not have more French names here, particularly for the Melusines? And Kiara, also not very French.
Many common folk believe that I share a special bond with the Melusines, and whatever they do can be traced back to me. Some of them, especially those who hold a grudge against me, exploit that belief and stir up conflict over Melusines in an attempt to lay the blame on me.
I.e. criminals who you've put away.
I have nothing against the opinions of others, but the moment a whirlpool of conspiracy forms, it inevitably affects the innocent. It has already happened once, and I want to make sure it does not happen again.
There is so much blow in this room.
Even so, why do you have to be the one investigating?
Because he's the one who wants the answer. What's wrong with that? What is so wrong with this man doing the legwork?
There's the guards, the Maréchaussée Phantom, and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Aren't they more than enough to figure out what's going on?
Based on prior experience, there is a high chance that those who hold hostility towards me do not belong to the same department. The political system of Fontaine is relatively complex and involves the interests of multiple different factions. However, since I am technically an outsider in Fontaine, a lot of trouble could be avoided if I personally took on the case.
Can you really be considered an outsider in Fontaine at this point in time? I mean, you've literally spent longer in Fontaine than Fontainians who are alive today. Because they're all human and have human lifespans. You've been here longer than all of them. I think you were more Fontainian than the rest of them, quite frankly. Not to mention that you were well, deity's the wrong word, but you were a creature who's tied to the land here, so to speak. You are more Fontainian than all of them.
Outsider? But aren't you the Chief Justice of Fontaine? Why would you be an outsider?
I understand where you are coming from, but there is not necessarily a connection between my responsibilities and how I perceive myself.
I don't care about your responsibilities of your job. I'm talking about the responsibilities of who and what you are.
You know very well about my true identity, and have even met others of my kind in other nations.
Yeah. My point exactly. You may not have originated here, but you've spent longer here than any other locals, so I consider you an insider, not an outsider. The Hydra Dragon Sovereign.
Even though I was born with a human form, there is a fundamental difference between dragons and humans.
They're Oceanids, technically, sir.
Taking on the role of Chief Justice does not make me a part of this community. In fact, the status I was granted has prevented me from forming deeper bonds with others.
Which, to an extent, is probably a good thing, because you don't really want your judge getting all buddy-buddy with some people, because then you might think that he's going to give them differential treatment. We know that Neuvillette wouldn't do that, but people who know him less intimately would not know that and would hold it against him.
I have lived in Fontaine for a long time, but I do not belong here. That is why I call myself an outsider. A fish out of water.
I disagree. If you've been somewhere for 400 years... Sorry, how long have you been here? 500? 500 years? Longer? I don't remember the timeline. I kind of consider you to be a local, sir. I really do. Put it that way, we're also outsiders to Fontaine.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organizations anyway. So how about we come with you on your investigation?
That's a really strange line of thought. That's really not what he was going for, but okay.
Let's team up and round up all the bad guys lurking in the dark.
But if there are no bad guys?
That does not sound like a bad idea. I rarely investigate cases on my own, but with professionals like you around, I'm sure it will go a lot smoother.
Way to inflate Paimon's ego.
Oh, Paimon's starting to get a
Oh, dear
little
God.
embarrassed. Just leave it to us.
Let us go. We should visit Kiara first and try to gain a better understanding of the situation.
You probably shouldn't have had a character with the name Kiara when you have a character called Kirara. There's only one letter difference.
So Neuvillette feels like he doesn't truly belong here in Fontaine, but is that really true?
I have to wonder if that's a barrier or a wall he put up himself, more so than a barrier or a wall put up by the people of Fontaine. He's kept himself distant. It's not them wanting to be distant from him.
Paimon feels like he has a kind of skewed perspective on a lot of things.
I think so too.
Anyway, let's catch up with him first.
You just need rides and cleanse. And also Sijuin.
Paimon's been thinking.
Get them here, we'll be
Call
fine.
yourself a fish out of water, right? But since you're the Hydro Dragon, would a dragon out of water suit you better?
Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider using the more accurate term in private occasions. Please allow me to rephrase. Has a dragon out of water?
Ugh,
He has a sense of humor.
sounds kind of weird. Let's stick with the previous version instead.
You just didn't like the way you said it. Oh, because he's just pulling your leg, Paimon. I like that he knows humor. He's not just a stick in the mud. Where are we going? Where is Kirara? Kiara. Do you think we can get there? Hello? From here? Yes, over here.
I never thought I'd see him here.
Does anyone have a camera?
Leave Neuvillette alone. Damn hussy. So it's supposed to walk through the entirety of the city. It should have disallowed travel if that were the case.
The weather's amazing today.
Kiara,
This Melusine gets a threatening letter, and instead of quaking in her boots, this weather is so amazing today.
Monsieur Neuvillette! And you are?
God, she looks like she's half asleep.
Oh, I remember. You're the Traveler and Paimon. I've heard about you. Aw, she's adorable.
All the Melusines are adorable.
Hey there, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for the compliment. Is there anything I can do for you?
I wasn't really paying that close enough attention. Did we compliment her? I don't think we did. Didn't we just say it's nice to meet you? I don't really consider that a compliment. That's more a perfunctory statement.
I heard from Sidine that you received a threatening letter.
Sorry, I'm actually looking at the surroundings, the droopy thingies, and then the posters on the wall. I actually was looking at the one behind her if we go back there.
Threatening
I
letter.
can't see it.
Oh, right. I remember now.
She doesn't even remember it? Are you always so scatterbrained, Kiara?
The letter fell through the crack in my door as I was heading out this morning. It said something about catching me, so I thought someone wanted to play hide and seek. But Sidine told me it was a threatening letter, and that I could be in danger. But that's not gonna happen with everyone looking after me, right?
I don't know what's more concerning. The fact that she as a person doesn't understand the threat in the letter, or that she as a Maréchaussée Phantom staff member cannot recognize the threat. I don't know that I want my police officers to not understand a threat when they see one. It makes me question my own safety in their hands.
Have you run into any suspicious-looking people recently?
Suspicious-looking people? What counts as suspicious?
Ah, thank you for reproving my point previously stated. Your local police officer asks, what counts as suspicious behavior? I don't feel safe with you here, dear. In fact, I feel like I'm even more unsafe in your hands. Someone who follows you from behind, someone who always strikes up a conversation with you, that's not really suspicious as much as uncomfortable. Ah?
Did you think of something?
Nope. I don't remember meeting anyone like that.
Then why did you say ah? Why are you so
Do you still have the letter with you? I want you to show me what it says.
If she didn't attribute any sort of importance to it, why would she have it on her?
Oh, let's see. Found it.
That seems like an incontinuity there. If it was so tiny and of insignificance to her, why would she have carried it with her to work? She would have left it in her home and just gone about her day. You know, she even forgot about it. She would not have it on her person. That's silly. That's great. That doesn't help me at all.
Now then, get lost. If you don't leave the Maréchaussée Phantom, I will come and catch you in person. Don't say I didn't warn you.
That is the weirdest threatening letter I've ever read.
A simple threat. Neither the handwriting nor the content itself reveals anything about the writer's intentions.
Are they concealing their identity on purpose?
We can't rule out that possibility.
Or they're just really stupid because it wasn't a very articulate letter.
Since you can't think of anyone suspicious, I will be heading back to the Palais Memoria to review some official documents.
Bro, why are you looking at me? This game has a serious problem about eyeline. You're talking to the Melusine. Look at the Melusine. Don't look at me while you're talking to her. It's awkward as all hell. Just stop it. This game does too much of it and it's very frustrating.
Kiara, you should come with us. It's safer if you stay close by.
Or just let her do her job. Not that she seems to know what her job entails, clearly.
Sure. Wait, no. I still have a case to work on. I promised Alof that I'd check on her place later.
But you are being watched right now. Going off on your own could be dangerous.
And that's where we come in to help.
Yep.
We'll stay with Kiara and make sure she's safe.
Traveler escort services. Wait. You knew what I meant. Escorting services? There we go. That sounds better.
With us around, anyone scheming to hurt Kiara can forget about it.
I don't think anyone would make the mistake of sexualizing Paimon. Ugh.
Thank you, Traveler. Big Sis Paimon.
Big sis Paimon? You're older than her, are you not?
Don't worry, your big sis Paimon is super strong.
Is it just me or is her voice more grating than usual today? Or is it just that I've had such a gap from Genshin? I've not been used to hearing her voice, and now hearing it again, it's just super grating.
All right, let us go our separate ways for now. Please take care of Kiara.
I have no interest in taking care of Kiara. Does anyone care about what I want?
We'll take her to Olaf's place right away. See you around.
You say that like you know who Olaf is. We've never met this person before.
So, Kiara, how old are you?
No, this poster is what I was
Let me
looking
think.
at.
1, 2, 10? I can't remember.
You're still older than Paimon.
But I remember coming to the Court of Fontaine with Carol and Neuvillette. That must have been a
Holy
long time
shit,
ago.
she's 400 years old.
Carol? Didn't Nervala mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago. Why would Paimon be a big sister to you?
She insulted you.
My memory isn't that good. But
Clearly.
Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them. Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis.
Huh. Paimon sees.
Mish doesn't.
Hey, Traveler, did you hear that?
Yeah, it was a shutter. But I understand that Melusines aren't the most cognitively progressive. They're not very intelligent. None of them seem intelligent by far. They're not very wise. They're kind of very basic and simple and kind of dumb. Not in a bad way, but like they really are. We haven't encountered a single intelligent Melusine. But despite that, one would think that in 400 years, no matter how dumb you are or how simple you are, you would still experience enough of life to have progressed, to have gained a little bit of wisdom or intelligence or just some basic common sense in 400 years. Yet this Melusine cannot comprehend what suspicious is, what suspicious behavior is, what a suspicious person is. She doesn't understand the basics of the world, yet she's been alive for 400 years. She should have gained some semblance of understanding of the world in that time, no matter how oblivious you are. I don't believe that. That's very unbelievable. And not having a good memory is not really a decent explanation for that.
Strange. Paimon felt like someone was following us.
Olaf!
You seem very happy for someone who's investigating a case.
Kiara, you're here. Huh? Wait, aren't these two?
Hi, I've spoken to you once before.
Oh, they're the Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
I thought so. What brings you here?
We're on a secret mission, but it's so secret, I'm totally telling you about it. We're apparently protecting Kiara, which is just as bad.
Did you run into any trouble?
Well, if you consider being stalked trouble, yes.
It's not really trouble anymore with us around.
Jesus.
May I begin inspecting the store as planned?
Of course. Go ahead.
What happened, Elof? Did she already lose some items? What happened here? Wait, that's it? You're just gonna stand there and look at it from a distance?
No hazards detected. You've cleared the inspection. Seems like the criminal from that case last month never set foot in here at all.
You haven't looked at the windows. You haven't examined the door for, force of entry signs. You haven't gone inside and inspected anything. You just kind of looked vaguely in two directions and you make your deduction. Well, I can see how she does her job now.
That was quick. What were you inspecting?
I took a look around the shop. Neuvillette says that us Melusines have special eyes that can see things people can't.
So you use that as an excuse to not actually look? You just vaguely glance and go, oh, well, hey, Neuvillette says we have awesome eyes, so if I don't see anything, it's super good.
Things like bloodstains. No matter how hard you try to clean them up, we Melusines can see their residual stains for some time. Pretty cool, huh?
Not really. No, that's actually kind of gross. But how does that help you in this particular circumstance? Who says the criminal has to bleed for you to know that he was here? Why does he have to bleed while robbing a store? There are other traces you should be looking for other than bloodstains.
All right. Now that you're done inspecting, can we have a chat? Hear me out. I'm planning to release an outfit for children next month and wanted to hire you as my model. Is that okay with you?
Except her body proportions are not the same as human children, not to mention she has a tail. Why would you use a Melusine as your model for children's clothing?
Of course! Is there anything I need to do?
Please wait a moment while I take your measurements. The sample should be a perfect fit.
So you're not making it for children, you're technically making it for Melusines, okay?
Seems like they get along really well. Huh? What are you looking
I
at?
don't know, but I'm glaring quite sharply in that direction. I think there's someone over there.
Is there really someone watching us? Shh! Let's sneak over and take a look.
You don't understand the meaning of sneak, Paimon. And nor do I. Vyung!
Strange.
I thought it was Charlotte.
Why isn't he back yet?
Not because of the camera shutter, but just because there was like a maroni red piece of clothing they showed us. And I was like, I only know one person who has that on their clothing. I suppose Lenny does as well, but why would Lenny be here? So Charlotte was the only person I could think of.
Gotcha!
God, did you see her expression? Oh, we just disturbed the bird.
What are you doing here?
Why are you stalking us?
Wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara that threatening letter. But you don't seem like the type to...
Threat letter? What threat letter?
What are you doing here exactly?
This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing about that threat letter you mentioned. I only wanted to follow Monsieur Nouvelette and request an interview with him.
But you can see that he's not with us, so why would you follow us?
You want to interview him?
And why didn't you just go see him at the Palais Mamernia? You know that's where he is, so why not just go see him in his lair?
That's right. I'm not the only one, you know. Interviewing him is every journalist's dream. But it's not an easy task to accomplish. The Palais Mermonia rarely accepts appointment requests from us, and we never have the chance to interrupt when the court's in session.
So you thought you'd accost the poor man on the streets of Fontaine? It's a bit rude.
So imagine how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were investigating something too. The perfect opportunity to whip up an exclusive, don't you think? Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
I wonder if it is because I haven't played Genshin in a short while. But her high-pitched talking is kind of getting to me. It just seems super high-pitched. I don't think you'd agree. It's better we keep the secret.
Yeah, we're doing a secret investigation that can't be made public knowledge.
What does it have to do with the comment I just selected? It's completely irrelevant.
I see. Well, if you say so, I guess I'll put this matter aside for now. Oh, what a shame. Chances like this don't come by very often, you know. In exchange, could you tell me what the threat letter is about? I swear I won't tell.
Says the journalist.
All right, then.
You tell Charlotte about the letter Kiara received.
What? Someone's targeting a cute little Melazine?
That was my reaction, although I didn't really say cute.
Shh, not so loud.
It just so happens that I did an interview with Kiara. Last month, in fact. It was well received by our readers, so I was planning to continue the series. And now someone's coming after her. I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? We might find something. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. This secret's safe with me. But I gotta warn you, even if I keep my lips sealed, others will know eventually.
Why?
People care a great deal about Monsieur Nouvelette's each and every move. Some may have already realized that something was up. Besides, the case involves Melazines. So, anyway, I'll get going now. Watch yourselves, all right?
Get out of here, 4-star. This is a 5-star story.
Well, that was a nice chat. Let's head back and check on Kiara.
Gasp. She's disappeared. Okay, no, she's totally right there. She's been dropped. Climber!
What do you think? The design looks pretty good, huh?
What design? She's not
I
wearing
think it's
anything
great.
different.
Huh. It's very pretty indeed.
Haran! What are you doing here?
It's the woman with the big bust that's busting open her shirt. Really, guys, you shouldn't have put her in a button-up shirt, and you really should get her a bigger shirt.
It seems that you
It
just
clearly
showed
doesn't
up
fit.
out of nowhere.
As I passed by the Palais
Look at that.
Mermonia, I
It's
heard that
disgusting.
Nouvelette was investigating a case with you. Technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship.
True.
It didn't feel right to have my employer personally take on such trivial cases.
Aww. I like her.
I happened to have some time at the moment, and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom-made at this boutique, in any case, so we always have a lot to talk about.
Okay. I have a very, very important question for you, Clarend. Is the shirt you're wearing now something that you had custom made here at this boutique? Because if it is, I will not be... I was going to say patronizing, but that's not quite right. I will not be shopping at this boutique because that is a serious fashion travesty. And I can't get behind anyone who created that situation. It's horrible to look at.
Ah, Nervalette sure is lucky to have someone like you.
Leave this to me.
Oh, I didn't notice her
You should
earrings
go meet up with
previously.
Nouvelette.
I only just noticed them because we saw her from the back where her hair isn't blocking her earrings.
Okay then, we'll leave Kiara in your hands. Come on, let's go find Nervalette.
Capital L, hello? She's still here! Client.
How has your work been recently?
I didn't ask for your opinion. I wanted to talk to her.
Same as usual. My schedule normally isn't too packed, so I have plenty of time for myself.
Ooh, then shall we go out to play? How about a beach vacation, like last time?
She goes on vacations with the Melusines. Oh my god.
I've even signed up as a volunteer lifeguard. I'm really good at swimming, so I'm sure I can help.
Wow. That's so disturbingly wholesome. I totally didn't click on that. I know it looked like I did, but in spirit I didn't.